Press start to begin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Bonus Round. I'm John Mugiwara JM.
I'm Chad Peanut.
And I'm Rich Rain Wizard 767.
And welcome to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Now, this is
HD edition.
This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I wanted to bring Rich on for the third one, but I mistakenly thought his favorite Metal Gear was this one. No, it was apparently 2, and I feel bad we didn't include him in that playthrough. So to make it up to it,
just to correct you there, John. John originally wanted to. You said you wanted to bring me on for the third one, which you did. But you wanted to bring me on for the second one. But you thought my favorite was the third one. But actually, my favorite was the second one. But that's okay. I'm glad that Austen was a part of that, and I got to watch that, and Austen got to experience basically everything that, you know, I went through when I played MGS2 for the first time. And of course, what's funny is when we obviously first met, you know, years ago, you know, John had told me, you know, how Metal Gear Solid 3 was his favorite, and how it was also my favorite as well. So
that's why I thought that, because then you didn't correct me.
It's okay.
All right, so there's a reason why I'm picking 2. 3 is my favorite, but Rich may or may not remember. You get a little special something that will be a big help if you pick I like Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yes. Oh shit.
Don't tell Austin.
I know,
don't tell. He'll get his answer in a few minutes. I know. Oh,
Normal.
I'm excited. Let's go.
After the end.
Because I always.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into.
Austin.
Oh,
you don't have to say anything because it's the voice acting's done for you.
Yeah, there's hardly.
I don't hear voice acting.
You don't?
You don't?
It was pretty low, but that was Snake talking.
Yeah, like.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but that was
well,
that
Austin,
was
you were talking.
voice.
Austin, you were talking over him, so of course you didn't hear him.
David Hayter, love him.
See, this is one thing I always respected Hideo Kojima for. He treated voice actors like they were Hollywood stars by putting their names in the beginning.
Brian Cummings.
Oh, Jim Ward.
Yeah, Jim Ward. He had to retire because COVID whooped his ass.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Bitch.
And because we're playing this on the Xbox Series X, this is like the best possible fidelity of this game that's available.
Yeah.
And it actually does look kind of nice.
It really does. Like, it looks polished, like, really well.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Oh, who that?
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
His hair looks familiar.
Yeah, it should.
10 minutes to drop off.
Oh!
Let him find out.
I know.
Put on your mask.
Oh, man, look at that.
Oh.
This texture redos.
And the Rumble even has a cigar falling on the floor.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
I just realized it says Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater on his helmet.
Officially licensed merchandise.
They probably did sell that at one point.
Yeah.
External temperature minus 40.
Speaking of which, I actually have, John, if you want it, I actually have the Game Pro magazine with the cover of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on it. I still have it. It's just sitting on my shelf.
I'll think about it. I am going through my boxes and I'm finding a collection of strategy guides, and they're still in surprisingly good condition.
Mine's still in pretty decent condition, so.
The cigar was still there.
All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Holy oh, that's a pretty light adding right there.
That is called the halo jump. Because you're traveling at about 400 miles an hour. Free falling.
Oh my god. Directed by Hideki Kojima.
Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, sorry. Don't know why I said Hideki.
Because of Hideki Kamiya.
Finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission.
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, it will be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiative.
Miss Snake's just repeating words and questions every time something's said to him.
Virtuous mission.
Cock and ball torture. Cock and ball torture.
Well,
Urethra sounding. Urethra sounding.
Lolly Lule Low. Lolly Lule Low.
his name is Nikolai.
Oh yeah, Austin's caught up. He knows what that is now.
He's head of the
Uh-huh.
754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1.
He's probably quoting a newspaper announcement.
Sokolov is said to be the man
Or an atheist subreddit.
the cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left.
I remember they had to delist this game because they had to get the license back for this historical footage.
Oh yeah.
Only technician to head of a design bureau. That's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
I mean, what if on the fair user?
Well, they probably had a license that expired and they just had to renew it.
Crisis of conscience.
Okay.
And for that,
Because they weren't gone for long.
behind and went over the fence.
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. President
Because they had missiles in Turkey, but not them.
missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No.
Yeah, see, right there.
IRBMs deployed
Well.
in Turkey were obsolete.
We're obsolete.
Get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the
Right.
Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They
Yeah, this is where the historical fiction comes in, of course.
Right.
You mean the Soviets
Okay.
got out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice.
I'm just imagining Hideo Kojima doing an adaptation of Doctor Strangelove now.
Today, I got so
Funny you should mention.
handing him over to Agent.
Oh, you watched that?
No.
Sokolov kept on screaming,
I
"Save
wouldn't-
me," until he
He named a character Strangelove in a later game.
Oh.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from
Yeah, I never thought I'd see Stanley Kubrick do a comedy.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick of all
taken
people.
back to the research
Yeah.
forced to continue working
And he had Peter Sellers play like 3 different characters.
once more.
Yes, it's like when the director of The Godfather did Jack with Robin Williams.
Is it something to do with space rockets?
And if you, and if you did know those movies are the same director, well, now you do.
Oh wait, that's a film about Robin Williams play a kid who ages rapidly?
Yep,
Yeah,
that,
like it's a
Oh,
rare
God.
condition. Like,
no,
ultra rare.
he didn't know it was directed by the guy who did The Godfather. And yes,
We're talking about a secret
Oh my god,
Yep.
what a downgrade.
Is Sokolov still
Well,
I
we are
thought the-
talking.
I
We
thought
are
the movie
talking.
was fine.
Well, we are talking about a director who directed a movie that was in the 60s, 60s
And
and,
that was like-
70s.
And that was like
then his last
95, I
movie-
think.
That movie was 97 or 98. Like it was like right around that time. And the last Godfather movie, Part 3, was 1990. So, because they went from they had such a huge gap between Part 2 and Part 3. And even then, Part 3, people say it's like, yeah, it's just summarizing everything and also showing like the end of the saga. But
Yeah, and they also did like a recobbled together cut, like with missing footage, and apparently people seem to
Yeah.
like that a lot.
yeah, and they actually did one just recently where they put all 3 Godfather movies together. So if you want to watch it in one sitting, which it's like, it's not advised, but you better not be doing anything for the next 6 to 7 hours.
Oh my god.
I mean, if they could sell those editions of Lord of the Rings where people watch them for
Oh yeah.
To infiltrate Selino-Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
I wonder if that's how James Cameron would judge by the length of Avatar 2.
do we know how long that's going to be yet?
That weapon is complete.
Oh, let me look it up. I think they said,
Is ticking.
cause he did a really bitchy thing where
Yeah,
he
he
played
did.
about,
He did. He bitched about like, well, you tell it, Austin. You know more than I do, but I know what you're talking about.
On the rescue, Sokolov, stand by at the recovery.
oh, okay, now first of all, the length of Avatar 2 is gonna be roughly 3 hours.
Ooh,
About 20 minutes.
And James Cameron's and says he doesn't want to hear people whine about the length time, cause let's see. Oh, where is it?
He's like, I think
No advertising pop up.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
Cause he doesn't hear people complain about binge watching apparently.
Yeah, yeah. That basically, it's like you're gonna complain about a 3-hour movie, yet you'll sit and watch a Netflix series or whatever TV series and binge it for like 8 to 12 hours. Like,
what he doesn't understand is that we can, when binge watching, we can pause and take a piss.
that's true. That is very, very,
Yeah.
very true.
All goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
And we can get refreshments and everything else.
If anything goes wrong,
You know. Now, don't get me wrong.
Breakfast.
This is coming from a guy whose
in the jungle.
blockbuster film in the 90s was 3 hours and 15 minutes long and came on 2 VHS tapes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean Titanic?
Yes. That should have gotten Leo DiCaprio an Oscar, but it didn't. And
Instead, they had to wait till the
Revenant.
the movie.
The Revenant.
Yep, the movie where he.
Oh, I remember the
he got raped by a
woman
bear.
Oh my god. I remember the woman who played the love interest in that movie. She joked about it in another series she was in where she says, there's only 2 ways to guarantee an Oscar. If you're in a movie about the Holocaust or you play a mentalist.
Ooh. Cringe much?
Yeah.
That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, like that. And of course, now Austin will see the reveal.
You'll see why we chose. I like Metal Gear Solid too.
Here we go. Oh, he's taking it off there. Oh, Who's that? It's Rodden, hey! The pretty boy's back.
Well, so you think. Shh. Don't worry,
Huh?
you'll see. You'll see.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, that looks good for a Xbox game or
And
no,
it's
PS2 game.
It's 60 FPS.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
look at how
snake.
look at the percentage drops. Look at the percentage drops for the frickin' for the camo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta do my favorite thing. Once you get to the alligators. Once you get to the alligators.
Sure.
Or you can do it now. It don't matter. Don't matter.
Oh,
you can do it
oh.
now. You can do it when you're
Oh, you got him.
when you're prone. When you're prone.
They disintegrated.
You gotta
Okay,
do it
what-
when
what-
you're prone. Go up to the snake over there.
Oh, you want me to stab it in first person or something?
No. Just listen. Just listen when it happens. Just listen to the snake when it happens.
What do you want me to do?
Okay. Go up to the snake. Stab it while you're in prone. That's it. There it is.
God. Oh, you got a call.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you
We
mean?
just killed some snakes.
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
What's that?
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
Bros.
Sure. What should I call you?
Damn
Let's
it.
see. I'll... Call me Major.
There we go.
Yeah,
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can
Ah,
take off
screw
your
word
disguise
there.
now.
good idea.
This is
This
right.
isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
Wait, what?
You'll see. Remember how you thought it was riding? Well,
And what was the point of that?
It's
was a
it's
big-
it's an in
mask.
joke. It was like a little joke. If you pick I like MGS2, you get that scene.
you get riding at the riding mask.
And
I don't know
believe it
what
or
MGS1
believe it or not, that will have a use later.
Yeah, it will actually. That's right. It will.
And because of that use, I always pick that answer.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Plus, I never played
Time to be
MGS1.
a sneaky snake.
Yeah, this reinvented like stealth type missions.
Here, Tom. This is Snake.
Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission.
Yep.
You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Ah, damn it.
Now I see why.
Oh, there we
you
go.
asked me
There we
about
go.
Snakes. I suppose calling
Oh,
them
I can
snakes
actually
is
see
right.
Snake in the background. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
There's a
That's
good
what was
reason
cool
for
about the
that.
codex
Tell you
in this
later when
one.
the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
Well, you're
I see.
buggered then.
Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you.
Yep.
If you need
Yep.
to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake.
Which is
Go get your
which
backpack.
was the select button. Aha. Still remember
Okay,
that.
time to get the backpack back.
Which is right over there on that tree that ironically has the sun shining on it.
Mm-hmm. And God, it was on an tree covered in ivy you can climb on, otherwise we're fucked.
Well, again, for the period, this game actually forced you to be, because I think he does the grunt when he does throwing knives.
Nope.
And going do 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 do. I love the movements like do 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 do.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose weapon from the backpack. Your
Thank God they
available
brought the
weapons will be
backpack.
displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the enter button. For other equipped items, just do the
No
same
need to be
thing.
shut up, buddy. I was just opening up my G Fuel.
Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot
Hence why
for
the
example.
hunting comes into play.
Keep an eye on your stamina so
This
you don't run out.
brought like tactical survival to the gaming world. Almost.
Oh, neat. Good team I was a real trailblazer.
My only weapon is
Back
a Mark
then,
22
absolutely.
Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However,
Which-
the suppressor will deteriorate every time you
That's
fire.
the only downfall was the suppressors
The
deteriorate.
noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too
Trigger happy because it'll
The
break, and
suppressor's
then that's how
durability
it
is shown in the
actually.
icon. Any weapons and equipment
Yes,
beyond what
it
you're
is.
carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard
But
Fox
it brought
operating procedure.
excitement to the game
You
too.
can't leave any traces of your presence. No
Oh, plus you also had to
weapons,
find your
equipment,
weapons in
footprints,
frickin'
sweat, or
two.
bodily waste. The same goes for bullets
Yeah.
and cartridges too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare.
Basically,
There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It
It
could
can spark
an
a war.
international incident.
yeah,
You can't let anyone see you.
yeah. You can't let anyone see you because apparently, if you're seen, it'll start a
You're
war.
a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word.
Yep,
There'll be
you're
no
a
rescue
ghost.
if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement
Yep.
in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SAS
You've been given a
guidelines
fake
stipulate
death
that
pill
soldiers
for-
on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Yeah,
Use
so
it
it's
if you're
like
taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in your tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If
Yep.
you remain in a state of false death for too long,
nothing will be able to bring you back. So it's like
Remember that.
it's a suicide pill,
Mind.
but
You said this was a solo.
only after a certain amount of time.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Nope,
Correct. The mission rests entirely.
you're a
on
one-man
your-
army.
A real one-man army.
Hey, what did I
Support
say?
team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John.
John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield.
Aha.
After a
Ah,
week, no one has a name.
name.
What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
Very
I
funny.
wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive.
Yep, and if you make
My
it back, she
frequency
will
is
tell you.
145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency.
140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
Yes.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake. Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss?
Oh,
A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right.
Austin, you'll recognize her voice instantaneously.
Yeah, what's her name?
Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years.
It's Diane Simmons from Family Guy and Pearl from SpongeBob.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Yeah, Diane Simmons, or
I don't know
well,
anything about you.
her actress name
What's that supposed
is
to mean?
Lori Allen.
Why
Lori
you
Allen.
disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could.
including
the rest
love.
You needed to learn on your own.
Did you know that love could bloom on the battlefield?
Think like a soldier.
John,
Think like a soldier.
I hate
Austin,
you, John.
Austin's already seen that scene.
Strong in spirit.
That scene made me cry.
And the only thing
Wow,
you can
yeah,
learn
it
from
was
someone else
sad.
is technique. In fact,
Hopefully I'm ready
technique
for it
doesn't
this
even
time
matter.
round.
What's most important
Well,
is
Otacon's in this, so you won't see him get cucked by death again.
of a single coin.
Oh god.
I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers
God, I'm just imagining the Grim Reaper
doesn't mean they always
just
will be.
coming in,
Having personal
giving
feelings about
his
your
love interest
comrades
a poke of
is
death,
the worst
and
sin you
he
can
turns to
commit.
Alakon and says,
Politics determine
like a
what
real
you're facing.
Chad.
Oh god.
And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good.
Like he lost Sniper Wolf, he lost his sister, and well,
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told
Everyone
you.
around him just has a habit of
Top
dying.
secret
Yep.
mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given.
Of course, then once we get to Metal Gear Solid 4,
You're looking for a reason to fight.
No spoiler.
no, I'm just saying.
But you're not quite
Just wait till we get to Metal Gear Solid 4.
A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends.
No friends.
Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given.
Excuse me?
That's what being a
That was
soldier is.
Wampa Fruit cheap,
are
yo.
they restock those?
Get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever.
Yep.
Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world.
Oh, that's where the codename comes from.
Legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
G.I. Joe.
I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me.
Kojima also got the name from Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Yes.
Yes.
Good to hear your voice again.
Because Tom Carpenter's Escape from New York.
After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake?
Those
you
movies
were
are
always
fucking
best
wild.
at urban warfare and infiltrating
Escape
buildings. But this is
New
Yeah,
York.
and he even
And
based
LA.
going to be
he even
key.
based Big Boss's
CPC
or Snake's
techniques I taught
look
you
on
are sure
Kurt Russell in that
on
movie.
Yeah. And his attitude.
Close quarters combat, huh?
This
I've been in the Green
Snake.
Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty.
Oh, and he also directed the Thing remake in Halloween.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
John
I know that
Carpenter.
name kind of familiar.
John
After
Carpenter.
all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position.
A lot of exposition
Combat and
in
don't
this
let
episode.
anyone see you.
It's a Metal Gear game. Are
Don't
you
forget,
surprised?
This is a stealth mission.
No.
So,
Finally.
Here are some of the basics of CQC.
Oh yeah, this is where they bring in close quarters combat system.
yep.
They improved the hand-to-hand combat fighting in this.
Yeah, which is really, really good.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Hell yes, let's go.
And or how about on next time on the super bonus round, John? Because we've been at it for a while now.
What do you guys think? You guys think we should stop it here?
Yeah, because I do
if we
need to go check on my laundry. So
All right. So
Yeah, if we keep going further, it's gonna go into another 30-minute exposition.
you're right. So thank you guys all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
see ya.